Welcome to today's video. We will be looking at the early life and current story of Modern Warfare's Assignment Ghost Riley, who is portrayed by Samuel Roken. Simon Riley is a character that was brought back in the rebooted Modern Warfare franchise, and he originally appeared in Modern Warfare 2 from 2009. Ghost made his appearance in 2020-22's campaign and was introduced as a more menacing and mysterious figure this time around. And I for one have really enjoyed the involvement of Ghost in the current story, and I want to see more in future games. I think this version of the character has a lot more to offer if he is handled correctly. Now I'm working on this video to expand our knowledge of the lore within Call of Duty. I have covered the stories of Modern Warfare and Black Ops from 1961 to 1984, and we have looked at the individual careers and lives of Captain John Price, Sergeant McTavish, Commander Graves, and many more. In order to keep our videos fresh, I decided to look deeper into the characters themselves, and today we'll be looking at Simon Ghost Riley. Our focus is to look at his early life and career. We will briefly cover the events of the game from Ghost's point of view. Thank you for joining me, and welcome to the early life and the story of Simon Ghost Riley. Simon Ghost Riley was born in Manchester, United Kingdom, which is also the home of the greatest football club of all time, Manchester United. But anyways, we don't have an official day or year as to when Ghost was born, so currently his age is unknown, but it is believed that he is in his early to mid 30s. Simon Riley joined the Special Air Service of the British Army at a young age, and he began to work for them in highly classified missions. Many of the deployments were short-term, and he was mainly used for covert assignments. Due to this, he specializes in clandestine work. His skills have also allowed him to focus on sabotage, ambushes, and infiltrations into denied areas and hazardous environments. Through all of his missions, Ghost became somewhat of a mythical figure, as he would be in and out, and anyone that ever got a glimpse of him would only be able to describe him from his trademark skull-figured mask. Ghost would climb the ranks of the Special Air Service and would become a lieutenant within the British Army. He would continue to impress and eventually joined an elite unit that was composed of the absolute best soldiers in the world. Currently, Ghost is believed to be with Task Force 141 as they are on the hunt for Vladimir Makarov and the Connie Force's next move. Ghost personally feels like he has a debt to pay to the ultranationalist who took a dear friend of his. On April 19, 2019, Ghost took part in a counter-terrorist operation in Verdansk, Kastovia. Here he worked with the legendary Captain John Price and Sergeant John Soap McTavish. They were under the command of then Lieutenant General Herschel Shepard of the United States. The mission was to apprehend ultranationalist Vladimir Makarov, who was attacking Verdansk Stadium. Ghost and Shepard were in a helo as Price and Soap captured Makarov and brought him to the extraction point. After the events in Verdansk, Ghost and Price began to work together more, and they kept in touch. Captain Price saw the determination and the potential that Lieutenant Ghost had, and he realized that he would be a great asset to have around. Sometime in late 2019, Ghost received a call from Captain Price, who offered him the opportunity to join Task Force 141, which is a joint multinational Special Operations Task Force and Counterterrorism military unit composed of only the best in the world. Ghost gladly accepted and began to work under the captain. One of his first assignments was to help in the hunt for Viktor Zakayev in 2020. Ghost headed to the city to help the Armistance, which was a military alliance. However, soon after arriving, a toxin gas was deployed that made the members of Armistance attack each other, and this would lead to their downfall. Ghost escaped the city and was sent to a secure location, and later he would be assisted by Alex Keller, who Captain Price sent to aid Ghost in his operation. And by December of 2020, Ghost had met up with other members of Task Force 141 and would stop Zakayev's plan of nuking Verdansk. However, Viktor Zakayev would escape and go into hiding. 2 years later, in July of 2022, Ghost was deployed to locate and mark General Gurbani of Iran's Quds forces. This time, he would be under the command of CIA handler Kate Laswell and now General Shepard. Ghost would be assisted by the Shadow Company, which was led by Graves. After Ghost made visual contact, he sent the coordinates and the Shadows took care of the rest.
Direct. Target destroyed.
A few months after this, Ghost was called to lead a mission to kill Hassan Ziani, who was seeking revenge for the assassination of General Gurbani. Ghost would be joined by Task Force 141 member John Soap McTavish, who Ghost felt could be a little reckless at times.
Let's get ourselves a win, yeah, LT? Save your seat, sir.
Fucking hell.
Ghost, you copy?
Yes, sir.
Any issues?
Negative, sir. Out here.
they would be joined by a Marines Special Operations Unit. Ghost would fail to capture Hassan Ziani in this operation, but he would uncover what Hassan was intending to move. It was an American-made ballistic cruise missile. Ghost would destroy the missile and evacuate Al-Mazrah on the orders of General Shepard. After this, Ghost would be sent to Mexico alongside Sergeant Soap. They met up with Mexican Special Forces Colonel Alejandro Vargas and Sergeant Major Rodolfo Parra to locate and capture Hassan, who was believed to be working with the local cartel Las Almas, run by the infamous El Sin Nombre. The team would miss Hassan by just a hair and would be attacked by the Mexican military working under Las Almas cartel. Ghost and the team would just barely escape and would be assisted once again by the Shadow Company. Ghost and the rest of the team headed to a cartel safe house where they believed Hassan was moved, and after a heavy firefight they captured Hassan and moved him to the desert for questioning. During the interrogation, Ghost remained quiet but watched on as Graves from the Shadow Company was questioning Hassan. Ghost realized that they would have to let Hassan go. However, before doing so, they got some information out of his phone, and then Ghost quietly returned it. This would allow them to plan their next move. A few days later, Ghost, along with Soap, Vargas, and Graves, were conducting surveillance on a mansion belonging to one of El Sin Nombre's lieutenants, Diego Salgado.
My sources tell me all the VIPs in Las Almas will be there tonight. Some are invited, others are,
Voluntold?
Yes.
What's the meet about?
Nosotros? Las Almas is burning, and they want to know who lit the fire.
Sin Nombre will be there, yeah?
No guarantees, but this is our best shot.
Then we take it. I got enough shadows here to take over the whole damn country.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Just saying. One house shouldn't be a
We
problem.
need Sin Nombre alive.
Ghost would remain in a secure position and provide sniper overwatch. The mission would be successful and they would exfil El Sin Nombre to Los Vaqueros headquarters. They began to interrogate El Sin Nombre, who was actually Valeria Garza. Ghost, Soap, and the Shadows commander struck a deal with Valeria. She then informed them that the second missile was in the Gulf of Mexico on an oil rig. The team headed there and were able to destroy the second missile out of 3 that they were after. After this, the teams returned back to Los Vaqueros headquarters, but they were stopped at the gate, and Ghost began to put his guard up as he didn't get a good feeling about this. They would come to find out that Commander Graves was taking over the operation and that the Vaqueros inside of the base were detained.
No one needs to get hurt here.
Are you threatening us?
Soldier, I don't make threats. I make guarantees. So let's not do this.
All of this came from General Shepard. Ghost became angry and Alejandro attacked Graves. However, they were outnumbered and Ghost swiftly took care of a couple of shadows and commanded Sergeant Soap to leave and make a run for it. Ghost would use the rain as cover and make a run for the woods as well. He found a shortcut that led to the city and stumbled upon a church that gave him a perfect viewpoint. However, there was a sniper inside that was part of the Shadow Company. Ghost used his skills to sneak up behind him and kill the sniper. He would set up there and provide overwatch for Soap. As he guided the sergeant through the city of Las Almas, once Ghost saw that Soap was getting close, he noticed a shadow sneaking up on Soap. Ghost killed the shadow and the two would meet in front of the church. They made their way out of Las Almas and into Alejandro Vargas' safe house. Through this predicament, Ghost saw that Sergeant Soap was determined and an extremely loyal friend. His opinion began to change regarding the sergeant and a closer bond was formed. After arriving at Alejandro's safe house, Ghost and Soap met with Rodolfo Parra.
Where are we? Alejandro's safe house. Gave him the location just in case.
Why didn't he tell me?
It was need to know.
What if I needed to know?
Pressure plate. Alejandro rigged it.
Smart bastard.
There.
Don't move!
¿Quién está ahí?
Rodolfo!
Soap! Ghost! You're alive!
Affirmative.
Good to see you, amigos.
Igual, amigo.
Nice throw. Where were you guys?
On the run.
I was on the run. Ghost waited for me.
Of course, no?
No.
Yes. We're a team. All of us. This happened on my watch and I'll need help to fix it. No one fights alone.
Why did Graves turn?
We don't know.
Las Almas can corrupt anyone.
Not us.
For now, General Shepard, Laswell, and anyone else outside this room is considered a hostile. With one exception.
Alejandro?
We need him back.
Ben? Graves is holding him here.
His own personal black site prison.
My team is locked in there too.
How do we get him back?
By breaking in.
And that's why I love the Ghost.
It's gonna take more than this.
It's well stuck.
All right.
My man. We're gonna need new wheels. Preferably up-armored.
Alejandro thought of everything.
Yeah, he did. Let's go get him.
Ghost would lead the operation to free the vaqueros imprisoned by Graves, as well as saving Alejandro Vargas. As the team made their escape, they were met with heavy fire, but Ghost noticed that Captain Price and Gas were sent to aid them by Kate Laswell. This gave Ghost an idea of who he could trust again, and after leaving the prison, Captain Price told them why Graves betrayed them. Apparently, Graves and General Shep were covering up their involvement in transporting American missiles illegally to allies fighting in Russia. However, they would be intercepted and lose those missiles, which later ended up in Hassan's hands. When they arrived at Alejandro's safe house, Task Force 141 and Los Vaqueros created a joint task force named JTF Ghost Team. Ghost would do something here that he hadn't done in years. He showed his face to his allies, signaling the greatest form of trust that he could give. Sergeant Soap looked on and felt proud to be part of a unit like the one that they were in.
Good to see you again, Simon. If you're in, take a mask. If you're not, don't.
They retook Alejandro's base and apparently killed Commander Graves. The team would head over to question Valeria Garza on the final location of the third missile. She revealed that it was in Chicago, and Ghost alongside the team left Mexico and made their way into the United States.
Ghost! No te pierdas, carnal! ¡A huevo!
As Task Force 141 prepared to stop Hassan, Ghost would find a secure location in the building next to where Hassan was presumed to be. Here, Ghost would once again provide overwatch and keep an eye out for Hassan. A little while later, Ghost hears over his radio that Soap is once again without a weapon and needs to redirect the missile that has launched, while also taking out Hassan and his bodyguards. Ghost once again walks, or more so encourages Soap through this ordeal and helps the sergeant complete his mission. However, the radio cuts in and out and Ghost realizes that Hassan has a hold of Soap. Ghost repositions himself quickly and is able to take out Hassan before he could throw Soap out of a window, saving the sergeant's life for a second time.
Perfect show, LT.
You called it, Sergeant.
All stations. Hassan's down. Enemy KIA.
A year later, Ghost and the team are about to embark on a new mission. However, Captain Price informs them that he just received word that Vladimir Makarov has escaped and he has just become top priority. They return to base and prepare for a way to stop Vladimir Makarov again. The team received intel that Connie Group members were at a nuclear plant and they headed there to intercept them. The team realized that the Connie Group were looking to extract the sarin gas which was left by Barkov back in 2019. Ghost would help Captain Price escape due to the fact that the Connie Group released some of the gas before they left the plant and almost killed the captain. With the team failing to secure the sarin gas, it would only get worse from there. The team would head to an abandoned bunker in Urzikstan and retrieve some missiles that the Connie Group stole from the ULF. Task Force 141 split into two groups. Farah and Price went one way, and Ghost led the second team, which consisted of Sergeant Gas and Sergeant Soap, and they would head in a different direction. Price and Farah stopped their missile. However, Ghost's team failed to secure theirs, and the missile was launched to a Russian military base that was nearby. Ghost would inform Captain Price, and the captain lets him know that he needs to alert Laswell. The team later regroup in a base where they find out that General Shepard has some information on Markov's financier, which could lead to the capture of Makarov. Shepard reveals that Graves survived the attack in Las Almas and has resumed his work for him. That's how he was able to secure this intel. Ghost is still angry about the attack on his life and Soap's, and he suggests that they drop an airstrike on their location. However, with a bigger threat in front of them, the captain agrees to a truce. Ghost doesn't like this, but he understands. Shepard gives the team the intel regarding Milena Romanova, who is on a remote island. Ghost and Soap then inform infiltrate the island to interrogate Milena. When they found her, they began to interrogate her through the usage of financial interrogation. Romanova broke and told them information regarding Makarov. The intel that they gathered from the Romanova interrogation led to Task Force 141's capture of Andrei Nolan, Makarov's second-in-command. Nolan broke and revealed information regarding a prisoner that Makarov was transporting to an abandoned prison in Siberia. The team would intercept the convoy, they grabbed the prisoner, and it was revealed to be General Shepard. The team moved him to a secure location, and then they began to question him.
Laswell.
Without the stars and bars, you look like frozen shit, General.
Best of the best. All in one place.
With one glaring exception.
What is the agenda of this little powwow? A choice. Do I have one?
No!
I'm all ears.
Own up. Tell us everything.
You know everything.
Congress doesn't. And I bet they'd
They'd be all ears, wouldn't they, eh?
That's it?
No. You clear my name. Tell them who I am, what you gave me, and why.
No one else had the balls to do what I did for you. For all of you.
Then do the right thing, General. All your intel on Makarov, your boy Greaves on a leash.
Say yes, you get a warm ride home.
Or take a little me time and freeze to death. That's the one I'm partial to.
Keep the prisoner focused on their own self-preservation, and eventually they will break.
Good to see you remembered your training, eh? General.
You screw me on this, John, and you'll be sorry you kept me alive.
Shepard revealed that Makarov wanted to blow up the Gora Dam in order to flood Verdansk and kill its inhabitants. He would then blame it on Farah Karim and the West. Lieutenant Ghost and Soap were deployed to the Gora Dam, tasked with disarming the bombs. Ghost would lead this operation, and they were able to disarm all bombs located on the dam. They would quickly exfil. While Ghost and Soap wrapped this up, Price led a different team to take out Makarov's operation base in Urzikstan. After both missions were completed, the two units regrouped and watched on as Graves and Shepard betrayed each other in a Congress hearing. A while later, Laswell received information from MI6 that Makarov and the Connie group were in London. Task Force 141 found out that Makarov planned to infect the train systems in London so he could take control of them and kill thousands of people on board. The team once again split up, with Ghost leading Gas and members of the SFO into the service tunnels, while Price took Soap and the remaining SFO members into the other side of the tunnel. While Ghost is on the hunt for Makarov, he receives a radio call asking for backup from Captain Price. Ghost quickly informs Gas, and they make their way to Captain Price and Soap. Ghost hears some shots and sees from a distance Makarov, who appears to be standing above Captain Price. He sees Soap slowly getting up, and he tries to call out to the sergeant, trying to yell his name. He wants to let the sergeant know that they are almost there, but Soap can't hear the call, and he decides to attack Makarov. Ghost yells, but it's useless, and he sees Makarov shoot Soap in the head. Ghost and Gas were just a few seconds too late. They begin to shoot towards Makarov, and he makes a run for it. Ghost is in disbelief. He heads over and kneels beside his fallen friend. Without realizing how much time has passed, Price walks over and informs Ghost that he and Gas have disarmed the bomb, but they lost Makarov. Sergeant John Soap McTavish would be cremated, and Ghost would take a hike alongside Captain Price and Sergeant Gas somewhere in Scotland, where Ghost would scatter the ashes of his fallen comrade and say his final goodbye. However, Ghost was determined now more than ever to get his hand on Makarov. One thing is clear in his mind: he will get Makarov and he will kill him for Soap.
Rest in peace, Johnny.
Now, I added a bit more dialogue and moments that I kind of made up in my head about the character of Ghost in this particular video, especially regarding Part 3 or Modern Warfare 3, because although he made an appearance in Modern Warfare 2 and 3, really, he felt like a bystander, like he wasn't really a part of the game at all. Like, all the characters felt off in the third game, so there wasn't a lot of dialogue, there wasn't a lot of Ghost doing things, so I kind of just added a couple things here, and that's why we covered it so quickly. But I really hope we can get Ghost involved a lot more in Modern Warfare 3, or even in the upcoming seasons for Warzone. This was the story and life of Lieutenant Simon Ghost Riley so far.
Hands off of me!